NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They start the drive with Cook. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And the Bills at 5 and 4 now on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Shakir hauls it in. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Has his man, it's Shakir. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Allen to throw once more. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Allen now looks to throw. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion. And I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And some space here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Bills will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last year.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Allen now on 1st down. It's complete to Diggs. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And For the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Allen off the play fake.
Diggs crossing the field and bringing it in.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cook up the gut.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Allen to throw it. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I think when they get back in the huddle, the question will be, why did you throw that one? The coverage was incredible all over him. The only thing he didn't do after he caught the ball as a defender was get his feet in bounds. That should have been a turnover.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. The kick by Bass is good.
And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves down here after an interception on their opening drive led to a field goal. But all in all, you'd have to say fortunate to be only down 6.
Yeah, and you know how teams huddle on the sideline before they come out on the field in between series? Guaranteed what's said there is, guess what, guys? We take this ball, move it downfield, put it in the end zone, we're right back to even. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line.
Now a first down throw. Watson. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Again, it's Watson. It's caught. Cooper.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Chubb trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Now Cade York for the extra point.
He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
Next to score, Browns 7, Bills 6.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen sliding out of the pocket. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. That'll be complete to Cook.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Option play. Here's Cook.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time, The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Watson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Watson now to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
A run there with Cook not going to accomplish much. Call it no gain. 2nd down coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Allen.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now Allen. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will push the lead up to 12-7.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this 2nd half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
To throw again on 2nd down, Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there, because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns have taken the lead here this third. And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked off by Micah Hyde.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. How about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To the air, Allen. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away. Tuck it away because you've got to take care of the ball.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
That is now 7. 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them. His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
A 3rd quarter now, to 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
56.
Now Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Watson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Watson. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on 2nd down, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
They'll run with Chubb and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. 1-yard gains are trending. The same result on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what? Right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
York able to send this one through.
And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Here's Allen. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow! Wow!
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Here's Chubb on the read option. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. To throw, Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They've got to burn the timeout, and they do, but a costly, costly sack. And now maybe just time for one final play. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Now Watson. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Browns who are going to get possession first here in overtime as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Off of play action, it's Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play card to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
76 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Well, that certainly changes things here because they're in field goal range already, but a field goal, that's not what they're looking for now, not after that big play right here in overtime.
Chubb on the counter. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that. It's
almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive.
Watson.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
So it's a win here for the Cleveland Browns, and it's thanks in large part to the play of their quarterback, Charles. That's one Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I thought this defense just didn't have an answer for him all game long. They tried to change things up, but he was always one step ahead. And he finished with over 300 yards passing and 2 touchdown passes as well.
So for Cleveland, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit.